Okay, guys, let's find our missing words together. Number 1, I'm going to read it to you. Here we go. My little frog blank up. So we have 4 words to choose from. We're going to see if we can figure out which ones go on our lines. Before we do that, we're going to word talk each one of these words. So let's look at our first one. Let's look at this guy. He is hunted. I'm going to write him down. H-U-N-T-E-D. Okay, now I'm going to code him. The first thing I notice about this guy, let's make it a different color. He has a suffix ed. Ed means it's already happened, and he says id, d, or t. Now let's look at our base word. We have a closed syllable, and we have a blend on the end, nt, nt. Now, if we were having trouble reading this word, what could we do? Come on, you smarty pants out there know. What could we do? Why, yes, you can take your Edie and cover him off and send him on vacation. He can go back to his deserted island and do some fishing and some swimming and get sunburned. And then we can read our base word, or the word that he leaves behind. So let's read that part. Hunt. Now, if it has already happened, like last week, if you went and did that, you would say you hunted. Let's see if we can figure out which sentence hunted goes with. My little frog hunted up. No. She is hunted at the pond. Maybe, sort of. Let's see if there's a better one, though. The clock hunted and talked. Nope. I hunted for my missing socks. Ding, ding, ding. I think we have a winner. Hunted for my missing socks. That's perfect. All right, let's read through this word now. Let's word talk this word. Okay, I'm going to write it down, but I'm not going to tell you this time what it is. I'm just going to write it. Actually, I'm going to type it. Okay, that's our word. Let's make him big so we can see him real good. That is our word, guys. Let's word talk it. That means we're going to figure out everything we can about this word to help us read it. So right off the bat, I see a suffix ing. Now, we all know if we need to, we can send him on vacation. We can send him to do a little fishing, right? Okay, I'm going to keep this up here in case I want to cover him up. All right, so let's go ahead and do our base word. I see an A that's being closed in, and I see a blend on the end. All right, if we're having trouble reading this word, we all know we can cover up our ing and send him on vacation. Let's read our base word. Here we go. Camp. Oh, we're going camping in jolly old London. Camp. No, we say camp in America. Camp. If it's happening right now, like if right now you're in a tent and you're freezing and you got a fire going and you're fighting bears in the woods, you are doing what? You're camping. It's happening right now. Camping. Let's see if we can figure out where he goes. My little frog camping up. Nah. She is camping at the pond. That sounds really good, but let's double check. The clock camping and talked. Camping at the pond it is. She is camping at the pond. Let's read our next one. Let's do that next guy. I'll type him out. Shorten him up. Then I'm going to make him big. And we want our shape because we might need him. Right, guys? Right. Okay, put him over here. Let's code him. See what we know about him. Right off the bat, I see suffix ed. Remember, ed means it's already happened. He says id, d, or t. I see a closed syllable, and I also see a digraph ck. I hear you people out there going, now wait a minute, Miss Thompson. You said ck only, ever comes at the end of a word. That's not the end of the word, that's the middle of the word. Ha! Gotcha, Miss Thompson. You don't know what you're talking about after all. Well, for those of you thinking that, which, hey, awesome if you are, because that means you're paying great attention, watch what happens when I send the ED on vacation. Sending him on vacation. Bye, ED. Have fun. See you later. What's left behind? Yeah, a word. We call that a base word. Our base words do not change. So, if your base word was a one-syllable word with a short vowel ending in a final k, then we leave it alone. Remember, suffixes are things that we add or we take away. They're not actually part of the word. They're added to the word to change what it means. So this word, whether he gets a suffix added to him or not, is still going to be a one-syllable short vowel word ending in a final CK. It's just like if you had a big train and your train was chugging along and it was pulling grain cars behind it, and it had a whole bunch of grain cars. Okay, you could take the grain cars off the train and you could add cars that pull oil or cars that pull fuel. So you have your train. I'm going to find a picture of a train. I'll show you. Okay, boom, trains. Now you can see what I'm talking about. So here's my base word. Your base word is like a train. So if he's a one-syllable short vowel word ending in a final k, you still spell it CK. Doesn't matter. He's following his rule. Just like this is an engine of a train. When you add something to the train, you may change what it hauls. Like we added suffix ed. Changed what the word means. It means it's already happened. So just like when you add a big grain car or a box car to the end of your engine, this is still a train engine. It does not change anything. It just changed what it's hauling. This guy does not get changed when you add the suffix to him. He does not lose any of his rules. He just means it's happened in the past. That's all it means. So just like if you added an oil car to your train engine, this guy right here, he's still a train engine. Doesn't matter what he's hauling. This guy right here is still a one-syllable, short vowel, final CK word. It just, when you add an ed, it just means it's already happened. So remember, ed can say id or t. Let's read our base word. So cover ed up again. We're going to read our base word. Ick. Tick. Tick can mean like the little creepy crawlers that crawl in your body and suck your blood and you pull them off. Or it can mean like a ticking noise, like that. See, I'm good at that. I do that a lot without even paying attention. So if you ever catch me doing that, you can giggle about it later. So if it has already happened, you say ticked. Hey, ed is making a t sound there. You say ticked. Let's see where he goes. My little frog ticked up. That doesn't make any sense. The clock ticked and talked. Yeah, see, clocks make that ticking sound. They say, as their little second hand moves, they say. All right, we know where this guy goes, but we're going to read him at the end anyways. We're going to read him. Here I go. I know you guys are all wanting that train back, aren't you? You're going, put that train back up here, Miss Thompson. So, here's my word. I'm not going to read it to you, you little sneaky Pete's. I know you're out there waiting for me to read it. Okay, let's code it. We have a good old suffix ed added to the end of the word, just like train cars can be added to a train. Closed syllable. Digraph. Not a digraph. A blend. Blend on the end. MP. It can be pulled apart when you spelling, put together when you read it. If you're having trouble reading this word, you cover up ed, send him on vacation. Let's read our base word, or our train engine. Remember, this guy doesn't change. Later we'll be learning about ways he does change, but that's just so that you can hook up your suffix ed, and we'll get into that later. But right now, what you need to know is your base word does not change. Jump. All right, taking that guy off, getting my ed back up, and hooking him back up on the train. When we hook him up, we know it's already happened, so we say jumped. Jumped. My little frog jumped up. Here he is. Boom, right there. So my little frog jumped up. She is camping at the pond. The clock ticked and talked. I hunted for my missing socks. And that, my friends, is today's Word Talk.